I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high, 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 I get
Now, without any controversy, today we're going to break down the sample for the song WW3 by Ye. I'm not going to get into his recent posts and tweets and all that. All I care about is the music and the samples. This is strictly for educational purposes. Plus, the song kind of slaps. So the song samples I Get High on Your Memories by Freda Payne, which was also famously sampled in I Get High by Styles P and Jadakiss. Definitely a classic. So let's get started. With this particular song, the sampling sounds easier than what it is. So first thing we'll do is set our tempo to 135. I'll open up Serato sample. Now, a lot of y'all ask why I use Serato sample over Ableton sampler, and there's pretty much 3 reasons. First reason is you can time stretch and key shift each individual pad separately without having to put it in a drum rack. Secondly, when you play a sample, if you don't touch it, it'll continue to play through. And thirdly, as you can hear, it actually has the stem splitters internal. But with this particular song, that was throwing me off because I couldn't understand how his was so clear, his bass, his keys. And what he does is he actually does the stem splitter for the vocals, and then he actually processes out the other stems so he can mix them better. And if you hear the samples,
I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high.
That's the main part, and then you also have
I get high, 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 I get high on your memory, on your memory, on your memory.
and then
I get high, 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 I get high, high, I get
wrong song. But that's all the vocal samples are actually doing in this song. And y'all may wonder why I just have the vocals separately, because if you play it all together,
I get high on the memory that you, on the memory that you sent. I get high, I get high on the memory that you sent through me.
it sounds pretty decent, but in the beginning, he only has his vocal and the bass. So what I ended up having to do is throwing this into Logic and using their actual stem splitter, because you get stronger sounds individually, and then I just drag them over to Ableton. So when you play that sample with that bass that we put the stem on, it's just it's so much cleaner, and you'll hear it. You get this?
I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high on the memory that you sent through me.
Also, this lets you process everything individually. And so for the vocals, I noticed it was some type of distortion on there. So I used the Roar plugin, which is a really good distortion, saturation, internal plugin for Ableton. With the EQ, I just kind of boosted a little spot here and here, nothing too crazy. And I noticed on his, he had a bit of a delay going on, so I just put a little bit of an echo on there. This is kind of what's tricky. I don't know if he 100% did it this way, where he did get that bass separately, or if he just had someone play it. But if he did utilize the sampled bass, then I just put a guitar rig bass effect on it, and just to filter out some of the high end, and that's it. Now when the keys come in,
I get high, 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 I get high.
I could not figure out how his strings were so clear, because I could obviously still hear the sample in his, but his just sound a bit more polished. Even with using Logic stem splitters versus Seratos, I just couldn't figure out what he did. But he actually added strings on top of it. So he's actually playing strings with it, which makes it sound even bigger. Because if you just have the sample, it's not terrible, but it's just, you hear some of the artifacts and it's missing some of its body, even with processing. Like there's a EQ on this, there's a compressor on there, a saturator, even a doubler. It still wasn't as full until I actually included the string sounds with it. I'll play it together with the string part. And you can hear just by adding the strings manually how much more powerful that made it. Now there's another part where it just plays the sample. And that repeats. And then of course, everything comes back in after that, the bass. And I'm just focusing on the first half of this since it's the part that's more sample heavy. I was too lazy to add the drums, to be honest. Now if we play the whole thing.
I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high on the memory that you sent through me. I get high, 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 I get
I can definitely understand what Ye means when he says that AI is a super powerful tool that you can utilize, and it's not in the way that people think. I know he does sometimes the whole voice changing thing, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but stuff like stem separation, this stuff didn't really exist to this level 10 years ago. So just utilize the tools that you have and keep it moving. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, peace.